Hello y'all out there in YouTube, this is Robert again. I'm going to be installing some things on my Spyderco Shaman, my Blade Ops exclusive. I have the Shaman in LMAX steel with the gray G10 scales. Really nice little knife here. I love how robust it is, very thick stock blade, great grip, love the contours and everything. Compression lock. A little tight because it's brand new, hasn't really been oiled yet, so we'll do all that here. Oops, bumping the camera, sorry. So we'll go ahead and just dig right on in. This is the scales that I'm going to be installing. They're the red fat carbon scales from RGT, which I believe is Rips Garage Tech. Got these off of, I believe it was DLT Trading. That's where I found these guys. So we'll just take a look at these guys real quick here. These are what the scales are going to look like once we put these guys on. They're going to fit right over on top of this thing like that. Be a nice, pretty scale like that. And then we're going to install a Lynch clip here. I've got one of these. And I gave me some extra screws just in case I need them. But this is the Lynch clip that we're going to install right here as well. So this will be a deep carry clip as well. So I'll go ahead and put their little sticker over here as well, since they sent me this. I paid for it, but really good price. You can get these guys from them. I bought everything here. I don't get anything for free. I'm not like somebody who knows anybody. I do this just purely because I enjoy it. It's a lot of fun. I love knives, and that's it. So just thought I'd share this with you in case maybe you wanted to do something similar and weren't sure if you could or you couldn't because you felt like you had to be some super expert. You don't, just so you know. Anybody can do this. Very simple. All right. So let's go ahead and begin. I'm going to go ahead and get my, this is my screwdriver, and this is a T8. I don't know if these are T8s. Let's do a quick check here. Yep, those are T8s. Great. I think this is going to be a T10. Yeah, that's a T10. So we're going to need a T10 over here. Where are we? There we are. Oh, it's a T8 also. Let's get a T10. T10, here we go. Let's see. Yep, that's a T10. All right, great. So now I've got my Torx that I need. And let's go ahead and disassemble this guy.
Oh, all right. T6 is for, looks like for the clip. All right, so we'll have to do that first. Put these over here. Some of the stuff I'll go ahead and speed up because this is boring, so you won't really hear me talk like this. All right.
So I'll slow it down here a little bit just so you can see what I'm doing. I am polishing the washers. I do this with like the Benchmades whenever I get them to clean them up. It allows usually for a little better action. You just kind of get any dirt or anything that's on there off. It's just, you know, just to clean them up. Not a whole lot of polishing because I don't want to take too much material off, but I want to make sure there's nothing on there. So I kind of do this with these guys all the time. So I'm going to just make sure it's nice and smooth on here as well, and just quickly smooth on here. It looks like they already buffed that up pretty nicely, so I don't think I really need to do a whole lot there. All right, so we're now going to get back to the reassembling of this. So we know we have our little stopper right here. Now I want to see, does it have a pivot like a capture? No, looks like it's just pretty much set in there. And then we're gonna probably set that straight in here like this. Now this one was captured on this other side, so I'm going to use the thicker one here and go ahead and start attaching that. Go back to the speed up so you don't have to wait for all of this. All right, everybody. So it looks like we finally got everything working. Took me a little extra because I had some issues. I was putting I put the pivot with the little deep side, the D side where it's flat. I put it on the wrong side, and it's supposed to, when you put it together, it's supposed to fit into. I believe when I had it down on the ground, yeah. This top piece right here has a little flat side, and it fits in there, and that causes it from rotating. But I put it down here and there's no flat side, so it's just going to spin, and obviously the round is not going to fit into where there's a flat side, so it would never fit on this side. So I had to switch that around. So I had to get my pliers gently with a cloth so I didn't scratch it all up, release that pivot, because I didn't put it on there very tight, thank goodness. But once I did that, I was able to loosen it, put it on correctly. And then if you saw this in the speed, you know, I'm speeding through this, if you saw it, I also forgot to put the washer on there, which is, you know, a common mistake and something dumb to do. So hopefully you'll learn from my mistake. Don't forget to put your washer on. But now the action, you know, it is not starting to be drop shutty. I mean, it's still breaking in, still pretty new, still getting used to the whole action of this knife. But I really like this. And as you can see, this is the fat carbon. And actually right now with the sun coming through my window, you can really see the beauty of that fat carbon. It's just gorgeous. And I love the red fat carbon because I like to wear a knife on Fridays when I support the troops. I like to support our active duty military troops by wearing a red shirt, usually on Fridays. And I also wear a knife that has some red in it. It can be red pivot screws, or just, you know, handle screws, or it could be red fat carbon fiber. It could be any sort of red that I have. You know, fat carbon also does a red lava. I haven't yet found one for one of my knives that I like, and that's available, but that would be also really nice to do as well. So that's another one that I would like to do. And by the way, that camera shake was thanks to my cat there. He's underneath me trying to sneak by. But anyways, as you can see it, now I can drop the knife, which is really cool. So I'm almost all the way there. I have one last thing to do, and this is from OCD for EDC. This is really cool. What this is, it actually installs, it's called the CME, it's Compression Made Easy mechanism on this thing. And so you can actually see it right there. It includes some super glue if you don't have any. It includes the instructions right here, and this instruction paper can be used for that as well, and some alcohol preps, because you've got to clean this little part off. And what's going to happen is this little piece right here is going to glue on right here on top of this. So you can see my little red and black CME is going to fit right on top of here like this. And then this allows this to be a button right here, so I don't have to press all the way in here. And if you know with the Shamans, they have this little part of the knife comes up right where your finger is. You get used to it and avoid it. Everyone tells me that, and the short period of time I've been flicking this, I totally agree, because I'm already there. But this is really nice because then it allows you to do left-handed flick really easy. So you can use it much better. I mean, I think originally he did it for lefties. I'm not sure if he's a lefty or if he did it for lefties or something, but anyways, the other thing that I had an issue with was I had a lot of rock going on in my blade, and I thought I'd really tighten it well, but apparently I had not. It seemed tight, but it wasn't as tight as it needed to be. And I was surprised that I could keep tightening it some more, but I finally did, and then I loosened it up. If I loosened it too much on this side, the blade started shifting this way, so that's why I was working on this side. You can keep the centering on the blade. So that worked out really nicely. But in order to work on this little guy, I'm going to have to clean that off, and I'm going to need one of these nice alcohol wipes here. Now I've installed these on my Paramilitary 2, and I've installed it on my Paramilitary 3, and so I really like these. They work really fantastic. I really recommend it. I don't know, almost wish Spyderco would consider doing something like this standard, buying the patent from him or something and offering and licensing it from him. I think it's just brilliant, but you know, he doesn't need me to say that because he has enough people buying it, so he knows that. Good job. All right, so we're gonna let that dry off. All right, I have to speed up here a few times because it wasn't handy. I thought I had it really close, but I did not. So, all right, the trick with this is when you put this knife up here like this, is you want to roll this around your finger. What you're trying to do is get a little curve here. So you put this in here, and then you're gonna glue this on right like that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna kind of get an idea of where it needs to be. I want to see where the fit would be for me. All right, so.
So what I'm doing right now is holding it in place so it can be secure before I let it go. Now I'm going to let it dry for about 45 minutes. And we will come back to this a little bit later and I'll splice the video together and we'll take a look. There's just nothing for us to do and you really got to let it dry and set. It's really important. Alright, we'll be back in about 45 minutes. Set my timer. I will see you guys in a little bit and we'll see how that goes. Thanks.
All right, I'm back, and it looks like the CME, Compression Made Easy, has dried on there. Had a little trouble with it at first, and I think it's working now. So just make sure when you put this on, you know, you have your piece of paper here so that you have plenty of room to clear this area. And make sure that when it closes right here, this little part right here, it can close all the way back. It doesn't hit anything on this side right here, and it doesn't hit anything on this side, especially this liner part right here, so that when you close it, it'll go all the way down. So you close like that, flick it open, and then close it down like that. So again, I got to break this in a little bit, but I really like this. I love this red fat carbon. The CME is really nice. This deep carry Lynch clip is great. It's a USA made blade. I love the forward choil, as you can typically do with a Spyderco, but it's a nice big blade, so it's just contoured really well, good grip, you know, and this deep carry clip doesn't really bug your hand at all, too much at all. Again, I have medium to medium large hands, so this to me, I can get full grip here and I can get even more over here. But really do enjoy this. The knife is starting to break in. Still a little tight, you know, because it's a brand new knife. Letting those phosphor bronze washers break in so it gets smooth drop action. But great knife. Highly recommend this. I hope this was helpful to you guys, and I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks so much. Have a great day, y'all.